like, we actually are friends.
Yeah.
So it's made it a lot easier to just be like, well, we was fucking talking all day anyway.
Yeah, it's true. I've known you for, 13 years now? Something like that.
It's been a blast.
So
Here we are. Beautiful Thailand. Beautiful people. And today we have something very special for you. So, my name is Jackson John, if you don't know already. This is my man Mark. And we are here today to do something incredible, I believe. Mark's developed something incredible. I won't say too much about it. He can tell you more if he wishes to, but he's going to use me as his test subject, shall we say, to show you what he's been working on, or at least some of it. So, over to you, my friend. What do you want to tell him?
what's going on? I'm Mark, from Australia, and we're just chilling in Thailand at the moment on a few months holiday. And while we've been on holiday, I've been making this passion project between me and my friends. And we've always thought, whenever we talk to people, we want to get below that surface level of questions. And so I made this little app that allows you to ask the deepest questions about someone else, yourself, or a group. And so today, I guess I just want to ask a few questions to you about that.
Sick.
And we'll see how it goes, see how you feel.
Lovely. Okay, sounds good. I'm ready when you are, bro.
All right, cool. This app eventually will get released, but for now, it's just a low-key thing. I'm going to find some more questions and get some more things from you, get some feedback.
Unreal.
So I guess the first question is, how deep do you want to go?
Let's go all the way, man.
All the way?
Yeah.
All right. This is one that was given to me by one of my friends. On the count of 3, raise your hand if you agree with any of the world's biggest villains' actions. For example, Hitler, Kim Jong-un. And if you got your hand raised, you must talk about it. So I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3.
Nah. I don't fuck with them, man.
I was actually thinking about this the other day, specifically about the term like necessary evil. There are a lot of things that people describe as a necessary evil, but at the end of the day, I don't know if I agree with a lot of that sort of stuff. So,
Precisely.
Next question is, on the count of 3, raise your... I'm going to let you read this question first.
Oh, nah. It's cool.
All right. So on the count of 3, raise your hand if you had one that got away. Those with their hand raised must talk about it. 1, 2, 3.
She's there. And she never got away. She's grounded, actually.
Good answer, my man. Good answer.
I mean, I can only speak the truth. I've got my life partner.
Same.
Fuck that. I'm nah.
So this is a question for me, for you to answer about me.
Oh,
What do you think my biggest obstacle is?
getting this out there and believing how amazing it is.
Okay, all right. I like that. That's a quick answer.
Yeah, you know, for me, I spoke about this to Christy the other day, and I said, what an amazing app he's got, what an amazing idea he's got. And obviously, I understand now you're on holiday, you're living your best life out here. But the thing I wanted to see was just like, see this, know how amazing it is, and know that it can also provide you with everything that you need and deserve.
I like that, and I appreciate you, and I told you about this after the first time we met, that I didn't even think of that app from that perspective. It was literally just me and my friends going through the questions that we've always asked each other, but writing it down, making it into a little bit of fun, and keeping that game going with a bunch of new people. And, you know, I really appreciate you for letting me see that it can help a lot of people in a lot of different ways than I haven't seen.
Okay, good. And just on that subject, you see how this makes you reflect and realise what you actually know. Us playing this together is making me reflect and learn, but it's also making you see, holy shit, this is a man that's done a lot of personal development. I've done so much soul searching. You know, at the time, there was nothing else I had to do, bro. So feds took all my shit. I just sat in my own for like 2 months just thinking. And during that time, I grew so much. So, yeah, this can absolutely be that for you. And, you know,
Self-reflection, man, it's very important, and that's a lot of the things that me and my friends did, and that's why we have such a strong relationship with each other, and that's one of the things that everyone does when they're alone. You know, you can't help but reflect, and you should never run away. Yeah, never run away from those things, those thoughts, sorry.
And I think sorry, on that subject as well, you're giving people such a beautiful gift, because a lot of people don't introspectively think, and you're holding that carrot in front of them and saying, play this game. And then they're thinking, holy shit, I never knew I knew this. And then you've learned so much about yourself. So, yeah.
Your human body's like, your mind is such a great thing to explore, I feel.
100%.
It's a lot to know about yourself. Sorry, I'll go on to your biggest obstacle, what I think your biggest obstacle is.
Fuck yeah.
I think, besides what you said the other night about your biggest obstacle, I think it's not a huge obstacle, and it's not something that pulls you back too much, but from the time that I've known you, I think one of the obstacles is that street mentality still in your head that's forming your mannerisms and how you deal with things and all that sort of stuff. But you got Christy to also help you get better at that sort of thing. So I think over time, it's not something that's blocking you or stopping you. It's actually part of the reason that you have your app and what you do today. But just coming and not watching your back all the time and not thinking that person's looking at me and all those thoughts that you've had while being on the streets, I think that's one of the obstacles.
I agree. Wow.
Yeah.
Cap, thank you so much. See, I agree. I can't say 100% agree, but I'd say I'm like 87% there. I would say I'm like 87% there, because I do realise that sometimes it does hinder me, and I'm quick to get angry and all that type of shit, and yeah, that's not always good.
But I don't think you bring that into your career and into your profession, do you?
No, I mean, obviously if my clients are fucking up, I don't have a problem telling them that, but at the same time I think I do try and show, like we spoke about earlier, compassion and a bit of understanding for people as well, you know?
And that's something that's a bit more foreign to you.
Right? And that's brand new.
Yeah.
That's not stock. That's a new upgrade that I've got.
And that's why I think that's one of the obstacles. It's just some development that needs to happen in your.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Totally cool. But on that note, the next question is, what do you think your biggest strength is to overcome that?
My biggest strength to overcome my biggest obstacle?
Yes.
Just the fact that I am willing to constantly develop myself. Yeah. And like, even though I would say I'm extremely confident with like bodybuilding, training, all that type of stuff, I'm always happy to. There's a lot of people that they're like, I know everything, I'm big, I'm strong, I know it all. But when we trained today, like the cues that you gave me, I'm absolutely all ears, because I was just like, this is someone else that's developed themselves, maybe not in the exact same, you're not like, I want to be a bodybuilder or whatever. And you wasn't like, I was really rooted in that gym, like I'm around bodybuilders all day, every day. So it was like a massive part, but I was still so willing to learn from you. And I think that's my biggest strength in terms of, I've got that student mindset. I'm so happy to learn,
Kaizen, that's what you said.
Precisely. Yeah. I'm just constantly improving.
Yep. And I said to you the other night, I think that is one of the biggest things, like maturing. When you get older, a lot of people can become stuck in their ways and think like, I'm that grumpy person, I'm just that grumpy person. But that grumpy person in my mind is someone that's not willing to change, and they see everything in their old scope. And I think that you have developed so much that you could just keep expanding your scope, because you've been lucky enough to be shown something beneficial to your life.
Yeah, and perspective is everything. So, and I've realised that you could have the same day twice with a different perspective, and you'd have such a different day.
Yeah.
Because you can't see your blessings, you can't see what you've got, you can't see your life.
100%.
And if I was to ask the same question to you?
So my biggest strength to overcome my obstacle, which was
just believing how great what you've created is, basically.
I think it's just the foundations of having time. Like, I guess, I'm 33 now. Time is not something time is one of the most valuable resources in my life right now. And in order to get time, I need to do other things in my life in order to make that happen. So it's not as easy as clicking my fingers and, working on this. I've really, it's been, how long have I known you? A week? a week or something. 13 years, yeah. And in those 13 years, I've only just got enough time to understand what it actually is, like another definition of that app. That gives it more predominance in my life, but, I've got to think about number one still, which is making sure I have the time to do that.
You got to buy that time a little bit.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I hear and I fully respect that, but I'm just saying, please don't underestimate what you've created, because it's incredible.
I won't, and that's why I'm working on it.
Oh man.
All right, so this is one of the bigger ones that we spoke about slightly earlier today. We touched on it. Do you ever worry about hereditary health issues? Have you done anything to check? If you haven't checked, explain why.
So interestingly, my dad's side of the family all have like mental health problems in terms of like suicidal tendencies. My dad's dad died to suicide,
right,
which is crazy. And then everyone on his side of the family, he's got 2 brothers and a sister, and they've all been, like manically depressed and all this type of stuff. But they're all like functional, which is strange. So I was led to believe that's in my genes, but I now think that's fucking bollocks.
Yeah,
and
100%.
Yeah, it is. It's bullshit. But I'll tell you this: I haven't checked. The only thing I have, hereditary-wise, is sickle cell trait.
What's that?
I don't know, man. Someone in the comments tell me what that shit is, or I'll ask Perplexity. But it's something. But man, to be honest with you, I feel like I've never checked, because other than when I really overate to bulk, I've always been in perfect health.
Okay.
The worst thing I can say is I went bald in my 20s, but I look fucking good bald, man. I think God done it for a reason.
Yeah, suits you.
So no, I haven't checked. I'll do my blood work after this year of being on carnivore. But other than that, I've just got no reason to, bro. I'm blessed and grateful.
So if I ask you this, truly, before you go to bed at night, is there any health issue or anything you think of that's a little bit a whiff, and you just go to sleep thinking like, should probably do something about that, but you move on in your mind?
No.
Right?
Nothing.
Well, respect that. Respect
Nothing.
that.
My body works perfect. It does what it does. It does what I want it to.
Yep.
Could be a bit hench, but we'll see. If we have this conversation again in 12 months, we'll see if we're going to have some more meat.
He's like one of the biggest dudes in Chiang Mai, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You heard it here first, man. But only thing I could say is I get really angry if I eat sugary carbs. Just an observation. Yep. What about you?
I think about 2 years ago, I looked at all the things that I needed to fix, because I was having trouble sleeping and things like that at night, because it would just keep me up. I would constantly worry about things like this, and one of the things that started off the chain was my teeth. Like I had so much shit in my head at the time. I put everything on a sticky note to get worried to get it out of my brain. And then one of the sticky notes that stayed there after doing all these cool tasks was fixing my teeth, because I had 4 wisdom teeth that were still in there and would cause me pain every now and then, to the point where one of my teeth shattered from it. So I don't have a tooth there. Yeah, from the pressure. Like it died, and then the wisdom tooth pushed the other tooth into it, and then it just exploded, kind of thing. That was just after eating a cheeseburger. I didn't do anything about it for maybe 6 years after that. And so I went to the dentist. I treated it like tattoos. It's a necessary evil. Like, I want my teeth to be healthy. I sorted that all out before coming here. Also, like, all my blood tests and things like that, I got them done. I had to make sure everything was on point with myself so I could sleep healthy at night. And also the story I was telling you about, how my father passed away. I got tested for everything. All of the things that were related to that, to make sure my mum doesn't have to feel that way about me, and because he was always someone who would never get something checked. It was the classic man scenario of someone that grew up in the olden days, like, I feel fine, it's all good, don't worry about me, kind of thing. And now I didn't want to be that person, to be like, don't worry about me, and I'm on my deathbed. I wanted to be the person that takes care of it now and feels good about their health.
100%. Yeah, and I think, like you said, sleep at night, peace of mind is everything. Especially if you know that you do have things. I mean, the only thing that's been like brought to light for me recently is I was listening to this guy, Gary Brecker, you might have heard of him. He's like a biohacker, health guy. And he said if you're having trouble sleeping at night, not for a particular reason, like I've got this at work tomorrow, it can be like a nutrient deficiency or like a vitamin deficiency,
right,
because you can't methylate a certain thing. Methylation is like a process where we break down anything we're taking into our body, i.e. you eat beef, and your body breaks that down into proteins, amino acids, etc.
Yes.
So rather than in its raw form, so not being able to methylate a certain substance is giving you a deficiency, and then that's why you can't sleep at night and your brain can't quiet down.
Right.
And I used to suffer with that bad. But recently, I've actually been able to sleep. Christy's over the moon about that. She's very happy. I have actually been sleeping.
I think that was well the other day, like, he literally would like look at me sleeping and be like,
Oh, man, I was overcome with jealousy because this is the thing as well. In my adult life, I never knew I had this problem because I'll get so stoned, you can't not fall asleep.
Yeah.
Like, I will get so high to the point where I'm with my boys, we're in the studio, and they're laughing because I'm falling asleep in my fucking studio chair because I've just been smoking blunts all day.
Right.
I'm just...
So, let me ask you, so when you weren't sleeping, how many hours of sleep would you get a night?
4,
and
maybe.
Okay, and that's pretty fucked.
Yeah.
And how did you feel during the day?
Fucked. Like, trashed.
What made you understand that, like, what you needed to do in order to fix yourself? Besides learning about what you learnt about the amino acids and the methylation.
So this is the interesting thing as well. I still haven't even got... He basically recommends that you get like a methylated supplement.
Right.
And I still haven't even done that because just before I found out, we was moving from Spain to here.
Yep.
So I've got to find something here. But basically, it was just taking my sleep more seriously and actually allowing myself to have a fucking like evening routine where I wind down. Even if I work too close to bed, my brain's too stimulated, so I can't sleep.
Right. Oh, okay.
Even the other night, I had to do something after our conversation and shit. I had to do something to wind down because my mind was just too stimulated.
I think that happens to a lot of people. So you're not alone there, for sure.
Good. But yeah, so taking that more seriously and, you know, just the whole, like, having a deep dive into health, like carnivore, training, nutrition, sleep, and realising what sleep actually does for you.
Yep.
Like, man, a good night's sleep is incredible. I don't know, you're a man that takes sleep seriously.
I love sleep.
Please speak on that if you can. Like,
I guess my fascination started when I moved out by myself, like into my own apartment. Started exploring different sleep setups and different mattresses, just going real deep, because you know how much of our life do we spend sleeping? Like 40% of our life or 30% of our life. We try to make it like you probably spend a lot less time in the past few years with your 4 hours sleep. But you know, I've listened to a lot of people speak about sleep, and I think one of the main things that's stuck in my head is the cortisol throughout the day that builds up from all your stresses and all the things that you think about. And if you don't get a proper deep sleep and your brain doesn't go through all those cycles, it's got no way to relieve that cortisol from your brain. And so you wake up even more angry. It's still there, it's not drained out.
so you've made an extremely interesting point there. And, you know, what I'd take from that was my lifestyle before, but obviously you don't sleep well, but you're stoned. So you can sleep, but it would be like broken sleep. I'll fall back asleep. I'd never wake up feeling refreshed.
Yep.
And then when I started at the gym a year ago, like now, and then it was just like I'm waking up at 4 a.m. I'm not really used to going to bed at fucking 8 o'clock, obviously. My old work used to go on till late into the night, so it was just like, fuck. And then she was working a job where she would finish at 8 sometimes.
Right.
And then she's coming home, obviously going to spend a bit of time together. So I'm going to bed at like 10 or trying. Probably getting to sleep at like 11 or 12, and then I wake up at 4. So I'm just running on coffee all fucking day.
Yeah, there's only so much of your like body that can handle it, you know? Your brain's just begging to release all that cortisol.
Falling apart, mate. But weirdly, in the best mental space I've ever been in my life.
Right.
And I was just like, okay, I don't really need sleep. And you know, when I was on the roads and stuff, it's like I wouldn't dream, because when you smoke weed, obviously you don't dream. So that was fine. But then when I quit, Fuck, bro. I literally had like a lifetime's worth of nightmares.
How
to have.
good. Oh, nightmares. Oh, shit,
Yeah.
sorry. I thought you were saying
Nightmares.
good dreams, but
No,
nightmares.
just
No.
nightmares. And then I got raided, and then I'd keep waking up, imagining like, I wouldn't say it was like a traumatic experience, but it was a strange experience. Like I'm literally laying naked in bed, and then these fucking like I got these 7 fucking fat policemen jumping on me, handcuffing me, and I'm fucking naked. I'm like, wow. And I've got my knives by my bed, and it's just looking crazy, and I'm like, this is fucked up.
Yeah.
And then I'm just sitting there thinking like, how the fuck's this my life? And then I used to, like any noise I would hear, I would wake up, like bolt upright, thinking that they're there again. So it was almost like PTSD.
Yeah, I can imagine, because your brain's been trained for so long to do that.
I'd
and
literally
just
wake
always
up
be
like
alert.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
And even the block of flats I was in, there was always a lot of activity. Like my next door neighbour was a fucking junkie, and the other one, people upstairs. So you're always hearing like fucking gangsters in the building coming to sell drugs or whatever they're doing.
And you're always like, are they coming for me, or what's going on?
So I'm sleeping with knives by the bed. It's just all crazy. So I'd never really had that fucking environment to sleep. Sick fucking diesel. I hope you lot can hear that. That's a derv. But then, you know, when we got to Spain, there was a point where I was sleeping. First week, terrible, too hot.
Yep.
Then there was 2-3 weeks of good sleep. Then there was a burglar targeting our compound, because in Spain we lived in a compound, it's like a gated community, and the guy was hopping over, stealing shit all night. So then again, I'm sleeping with an axe by the bed, like I'm going to protect me and Christy and the house and all this. And then that sleep was robbed from me again. So I'm like, fuck.
Back to that.
Yeah. Waking up all night, walking to the door with an axe, fucking crazy. Staying up till 3 a.m. Even some nights, a couple nights, I slept on the roof, because there's a roof garden that we had. So I'd sleep on the roof just because I was too hot.
Looking around.
Yeah. Just paranoid, too hot. Fuck. Then we've moved here, the condo, banging sleep, bro, with the AC on and shit. And that's why I've been sleeping well. So I know about myself. I need a cool environment, and I need no noise mentally. I need to just be zen.
I think going to Thailand kind of took all those factors away from you, and I'm actually very surprised that's a recent thing for you to be sleeping.
It's brand new.
How do you feel?
Like, look at the bags under my eyes, bro, and this is the best they've ever been.
It's not that bad. It's not
This is the best
there.
they've ever been.
Really?
I used to look like I had 2 black eyes every day.
It's not how you want to feel, man. That's
I'm a handsome guy with these 2 black eyes, just like.
And you stoned as well.
And I'm stoned. Fuck. And this is like longest ever sobriety, and it was just wild, man.
And how are your dreams now?
Getting better. Not nightmares anymore.
Okay.
Some have actually been quite pleasant.
Oh, tell me.
Fuck. I think the best dream I've had recently, it was almost like a visualization of my future.
Yeah.
And I was seeing myself like travel, Christy, coaching people, going to the gym, having friends like yourself, and just like, bro, if I'm honest, I know like to some people this wouldn't be much, even to my old self who was materialistic as fuck, only validated with money.
Yeah.
But if I'm truly honest with myself and who I am now, like this is everything I fucking wanted ever. Like all I would want is like a better laptop. And
it's a nice laptop.
No, but I want the new one. But this is sick. Don't you dare fuck off with me. I love this laptop. I'm just saying I would like the new one.
You wouldn't believe, looking at this man, he'd know so much about laptops and cameras, right?
I fucking love this shit, man.
If anything, he knows the price about everything.
Oh man, I definitely know the fucking price.
16-inch hot, yeah, it's about £400.
Man. So please hit me with the next question, brother.
All right, I got you. What was your last regret?
It was the last time I snapped at Christy. My biggest problem has always been my fucking anger, and I no longer associate that with who I am now.
Right.
I'd eaten some fucking sugary bullshit. I just snarked on it bad, bro. For you?
Let me think about this, because I guess for me, I don't really like when I think about, I fully regretted that. I don't really regret anything because I learned so much from what I've done, so it doesn't seem like a mistake. It's just something that happened. Maybe one thing I do regret, even though it wasn't really a thing, but it's the first thing that I can think of, is when I was at my mate's wedding. I had to give a speech. So like I've known this dude since like early high school and all that, and he's always been there. He's always just been the light in my life to always show love. Like he was kind of like one of those dudes that, I don't know if you've met him, but they're just such a good person. You strive to be like them, and they're so humble, they don't even realize how good of a person they are. And like, for me to not say how good of a person he is was like, it kind of killed me inside, even though he was very appreciative of what I said about him on the day.
Could have said more.
I could have said way more, and it's
Right.
not a regret. I might see him soon, who knows, but it's still something that I'd like to say more about. I love you, Tom.
But look, can I just say this while we're on that subject? Is like, that's why, even though we've only known each other a week, 13 years, that's why I'm just like, yo, this is my man, and I'll tell you everything that I think's amazing about you, because I'm just like, fuck, life's too short. I could get hit by a truck tomorrow. So I would want you to know that I think you're fucking awesome. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and there's people in my life, like even my best pal, Fox, my best friend ever. And
Shout out to Fox.
Shout out to Fox, my fucking day one brother. And like, man, we're two fucking gangster ass dudes. We've done so much crazy shit together. And like, living in a tent for 3 months, that's probably the normalest thing we did together. But man, I'll ring him and we'll just talk, chop it up, and I'll just be like, I fucking love you, bro. And he'll be like, I love you too, man. And it's just like, why would you not say that? People are so scared to be fucking vulnerable, they're so scared to be this, so scared to be that. I'm like, fuck all that, I'm just tell you exactly how it is.
And that's how it should be.
I think you're the fucking man, you're that guy. Even these people, I can't speak no Thai, I'm coming with this fucking London accent, they probably ain't got a Scooby what I'm saying. I went up to the woman the other day, I was like, this is the best thing I've ever eaten in my life, thank you so much. And she just looked at me like, okay. I was like, I don't care if you understand or not, I have to tell you.
Yeah. No, I like that. It's what people need. It's what, like, people don't need to hide behind things anymore. But everyone's got their reasons at the same time.
Of course.
Yeah.
Can I ask you why you think you didn't say more?
Oh, because I was just in a setting where everyone was there, and like, first it was the MC kind of asked us the question, and I've just prepared a full story, and it's like, oh, I can't just do my speech, like he's asking me something specific, so that's why I haven't said it. And like, the whole day was, a wedding, and there's this many people here, he's got to talk to everyone. I'm just like, just have a good time, bro. When it happens, like, I can tell you, but I know you already know.
That was selfless of you though, in a way.
Really?
Yeah, because you were like, you're basically not trying to hog the limelight.
No way. I want him. It's not about me for that day. It's all about him. It's his wedding. So, like, I shouldn't be disappointed that I couldn't tell him something on his own wedding. Yeah.
And I respect that too. So I don't know if it should be a full-on regret, but I fully feel what you're saying.
So this is it. I don't regret a lot of things, and that's just something that I was like, I could have done better.
Right,
more
okay.
than regret, I'm gonna change the topic.
Cool.
So the new topic today is memories.
Lovely.
So we're going to reflect on our first and last times.
Whoa.
In an ideal world, what would you want your last words to be?
See, I'm fucking weird because even though I know death is inevitable and I've fully accepted that's going to happen, I never think about it. I think because I used to live my life on the edge so much, I just wouldn't give it the time of day. I'm like, yeah, I could die today. I don't feel no way about it.
Yeah.
So I've never even given that a single minute of thought.
How about I tell you mine?
Please.
And if you come up with something, then let me know. So, I don't know, I was talking about this with you before, but it's about saying I love you to my family. It's in Filipino tradition, it's not generally a thing. Love is shown through food and house and education and things like this. And so, I just remember when my grandpa was passing away, when I was maybe 14 or something, he was grabbing me and he was saying I love you. And it was like, I knew exactly what he was saying, but I pretended that I didn't know what he was saying. I was like, okay, I know you're saying that, and I'm just giving him hugs, trying to be there for him, but I don't know, there was something inside me because of my culture, I couldn't say it back to him. And so now that I've like come out of that and said I love you to all my family, and I say it all the time, and I've come to terms with a lot of death, I just want my last words to be I love you. Just, it doesn't even matter to who it's to. Like it, yeah.
Well, that's beautiful. Yeah, I think mine would be just showing appreciation for all the people, even though there's a phrase, I can't fully remember it perfectly, but it's like, don't give me my flowers when I'm dead, give me my flowers while I'm alive.
Yes.
And as I just said in my last point, basically, is I'll give everyone their flowers all day, every day. Like, if I don't think you're a fucking dope person, I won't say it. I'll just be like, yeah, cool, nice to meet you. But if I think you're amazing, I will tell you basically every time we hang out. So
Why don't you tell me?
the fucking cheek. So I think, I guess I would just say anything that I think those people needed to know that maybe they didn't. But yeah, I feel like I would have covered everything.
I think you would have as well. I think you would have.
I feel like for a person that's lived such a shady life, I'm quite an open book.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's hard to see. Like, it's hard to see initially, I mean. But getting to know you, 100% open book.
Yeah. And I just think, what's the point? Like, fuck. For me, the truth doesn't weaken me because, as I said, I know what I've done, I know who I am. Mm-hmm. So I'll just be like, then I got stabbed in the head, and then this happened, and then it's just all part of the fucking story, man.
I know, it's like you're fighting your demons, but you know your demons.
You're
not running away from them.
Definitely not. And you know what? That's one thing that changed me massively. Was any problems and stuff, I just used to bury my head in the sand and crack on. But now, that was killing me. And I just faced everything, and I just became so strong. Yep. And I was like, wow. There was one day I meditated, and I was thinking about everything that I'd been through. And I had tears in my eyes after, and I was just like, but it wasn't tears of sadness, it was like tears of gratitude for myself.
Right.
And I was just like, saying to myself over and over again, you're so strong. Like, you are so fucking strong. And I was just like, I love being me.
Yes.
This is amazing.
Yes. This is what I was saying to him before. You got to look out for number one.
You do.
Which is yourself.
And I've always believed that, That was one thing, me and my dad always massively disagreed on, was like, he was like this selfless person in his head. And I think to a degree he was very selfless, but he wasn't happy about it. Yeah. And I thought you'd be better off being more selfish, saying what you really want. Like, bro, if you want a peach iced tea, don't come and order a coffee.
Yes.
Get a fucking peach iced tea.
Yeah.
With no sugar or no cream or whatever, however you like it, tell them and they're going to bring it. The universe is your waiter, so ask it for what you want. Simple shit.
It's like still, that era where you think about what everyone else is thinking of you.
Fuck that.
I think we're lucky that we live in a time like this where it's like more accepted to just be yourself. Which is strange to say.
And I think it's lucky because that's the only thing I know how to be.
Yes.
And I'm not going to say like I've got no filter because I know how to conduct myself and all that, but at the same time it's just like I've never been able to just fit in because I'm like, well, fitting in means being yourself less. I won't do that. I will not compromise myself to please you. Fuck that shit. That's powers.
All right, the next one.
We're nearly.
We've already decided that after you're done, we're having a go.
Yeah.
All right.
Just want the fun questions.
What are we on?
All right, do one more, and then because I've only got 33% battery left on this.
Okay, then swap out.
Yeah.
This is already it's already getting into the fun questions though.
Ficky Vickies. He was like, "What's a Ficky Vicky?" I was like,
I didn't know about this.
I was like, "That's the kind of white girl you want." What a blessing. My man Mark, thank you for creating such an incredible app, and also just being, there are some people you're just never going to get into flow state with them. But Mark, I'll give you your flowers. You're a fucking absolute geezer.
Thank you for letting me be here. Thank you for letting me see everything in a whole different light and giving new life to the app that I want to make now. And I really appreciate meeting you and letting you be your authentic self and meeting that authentic person that I've met.
Bro, the universe
weeks
brought
ago.
us together. It was always going to happen. Whether it was here, maybe we went to Australia, I don't fucking know. But we was always going to link up. So that's 100, my guy.